you break it up, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, oblivion. I'm going in. Fall into oblivion. Fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, I'm going in. You can't fall asleep when you're counting stars. Get it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. Now you wanna see me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the goal. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it up, you'll see who had it all. You had it You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, I'm going in. Fall into oblivion. Fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, I'm going in.
Welcome everybody to week 6 CEA open match. Tonight we have two teams with us, WPI and Durham. It's going to be a long night because both of these teams are pronounced very much differently than they're spelled. So we will give our best there with the pronunciation, no promises. Tonight I am joined here by Dopenshire. Dopenshire, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Just chilling at home lately. I'm excited for this game, though. I got the pleasure of casting another great Open League match last night, and I'm excited for this. It looks like both teams are getting pretty much ready. Why don't you tell us about our first map while we wait?
So after the map ends came to rest, we will have Worcester's pick here, which will be a border. So map 1 border, and then Durham here is picked consulate. That'll be map 2. But right now border. Border is probably one of the oldest maps that's been in Pro League. It came out season 2, year 1. So besides the original maps, it's an oldie but a goodie. It's a really good map. It's tended to be it's a bit on the smaller side in terms of maps with only 2 staircases to rotate up from. But I tend to find border one of the more interesting matches to watch.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I haven't seen Border or Consulate really played that much this season, at least on my end as a caster. And I'm excited to see what these teams bring to Border, especially what pick bands they pick for the attacking and defending operators. That's definitely going to be interesting just to see how these teams play around. I also haven't seen either of these teams play before, so I'm excited to see them play here tonight.
Oh yeah, these two teams are definitely pretty evenly matched in terms of record. Durham, though, pulling out a couple more wins than Worcester here. But Border, yes, bans can really change the way a map plays out, especially a smaller one like Border. On Border, you pretty much constantly need a flank watch, either Nomad, Gridlock, or either Claymore's work as well. So taking those off the table could change the way this map plays entirely.
Yeah, I mean, especially you have a lot of run out spots. You have a lot of interesting rotations that you can use as defenders and as attackers. So I can definitely see possibly Nomad being banned by the defenders here, and Durham's going to start on defense. So I would not be surprised if they banned, as you said, Gridlock or possibly Nomad right off the bat, just to get rid of that extra anti-roaming, anti-run-out presence from the attackers.
Yeah, and unfortunately, well, mine and Cali still aren't even allowed to be played in CEA just quite yet. But with the introduction of Oryx there, he's going to really change the game. But like I said, he's not allowed quite yet. But with all those rotates, it's really going to change. I'm interested to see what's going to happen when he eventually gets brought in. That might be a little bit out, but definitely just keep your eye out. He's gonna be the cause for some really really cool plays.
Yeah, and I hope we get to see the tertiary site come out here because usually on some maps you have a lot, especially the newer maps. Ubisoft has done a great job at making the newer maps like Cafe have like four really viable sites. From what I've heard, the new Oregon is the same way. Border is really all about servers ventilation and second floor armory office area. And once you get past those two sites, you have to go to either customs, which most teams pick over Teller's archives, but at the same or tellers yeah tellers, but at the same time you really have to watch out because both those sites aren't as defendable as the other two, and that's where we start seeing the classic 4-2 split where the defenders win 4 rounds, attackers win 2 rounds on each side that we talk about here a lot at this level of play.
Yeah, definitely. But without further ado, we're gonna try to stop stalling here. We're gonna get right into the operator bans for Border here. Durham being the first to ban, and well, like we called it, that's Nomad off the board. Her great utility there, locking down flanks, making you completely immobile, both on gun and on your legs, is just a huge utility. It's the only operator that actually takes you off of whatever you're doing. Uh, Besides, again, with the introduction of Oryx, he does that a little bit, but with a lot more risk. Interesting ban coming out from Worcester here with the banning of the sledge, getting rid of a lot of that soft breach, getting rid of a lot of that vertical play. Is Border for pretty much all of the downstairs sites rather. You usually run both Buck and Sledge just to have that ample amount of soft destruction. So kind of an interesting ban here. I don't think I've ever seen Sledge banned, and Worcester again just keeping it up, changing it up with a dock ban. Definitely a solid operator in terms of fragging potential with that ACOG and MP5. Nothing great in terms of utility. Yes, he can heal his teammates. He can pick them up from being down. But nothing super amazing. You don't usually get to use his utility that much in a game based around one shot headshot kills. And finally, Durham is going to be finishing out the ban phase with the Echo, taking off his yokais. We won't be seeing them this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to that sledge ban that you highlighted. Now, WPI is really gonna be stuck into playing Buck. They are bringing the Zofia, which is gonna help them with their soft breach utility, but not having the Buck, especially when they're attacking first floor sites, is going to be a little bit harder because they don't have that sledgehammer with nearly infinite uses. Because you most likely won't hit 25, but with that, we're gonna go to second floor armory, lockers, and archives. And we have some pretty common lineups here. We're not seeing a mirror being brought, but we do have the Bandit, the Valkyrie, the Jaeger, the Rook, and the Smoke coming out from Durham, along with the Gridlock, Jackal, Thermite, Thatcher, and Zofia from WPI.
Actually going to be sixing off that gridlock. All that talk about needing the ability to shut down flanks, and well, Worcester decides they don't need it. They're going to opt to six the blitz, an operator who's made to just take sight very quickly, take sight as well as take names with the flash on the front of his shield. And Durham here opting to go not so heavy on the intel, sixing off the pulse, taking an ACOG instead. The Valkyrie still on the board with her black eyes in her pocket, still going to be huge in terms of intel, especially seeing as Worcester doesn't have an IQ. Even after seeing the pulse, they decide that they don't even need an IQ. They're just going to hard push sight with Blitz.
Yeah, and I think not picking the IQ could be a mistake here, because when you're going up against a Valkyrie, that IQ can really help you out, especially when you're attacking a site that relies a lot on the exterior presence. We see here, if they push by CCTV armory lockers, they could run into trouble, especially with that Valk cam under that sink in armory. But, you know, they do have the Blitz, and that rush could be a nice surprise. We saw Blitz rush last night for those of you who joined us on the very first round, so we could see a repeat of that here, but we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, especially for the Valkyrie here, not picking the IQ. Border is a smaller map, but there's so many spaces the Black Eyes can be up in the vaulted ceiling, up in the vaulted top square, underneath a lot of the debris around. They're really hard to see. We see a Nitro from below from Canuck on the Valkyrie, trying to find anyone on top east unexpectedly. But fortunately for Worcester, they didn't push in quite yet. And Velk's going to be opting to hold that angle below, seeing that they did in fact bring a blitz, trying to find anybody, doing a little bit of damage onto Thatcher, but nothing quite super crazy just yet. Still going to be trying to hold that as much as she can, but it's going to have to back off as Blitz is going to be trying to push down the stairs towards her, but no, she's going to sit him right down. That's one for Canuck. Still holding underneath East with Cody on the Rook, finding another frag. This East push is just getting completely sat down right now.
Yeah, pretty much all the attackers did was blow that C4 from Canuck, but, you know, losing the Blitz and the Thatcher especially is going to be potentially deadly. We do see Wobber over here opening up from offices into that site area, but they're going to have to be down 2 operators, make that 3 as Canuck picks up a double kill onto Stinger Ryan.
Yeah, it does look like Canuck will be down, though, as Angels picks up 1 more, leaving it all down to Influenzo here on the Jackal, finding the Canuck. I believe he was down, so finishing that kill off. And Cody here is retaken up into Fountain, holding offices, and it's going to be Nexty who actually closes that out all the way from CCTV. Actually, no, I was completely wrong. He was sitting on metal stairs there. Overall, that started off as a really good take from Worcester. They did lose a couple operators there on east stairs, but they had offices. They actually opened up office wall, and that's a really strong wall to have open. You can watch all the way from office window all the way back to half wall. You can cut off rotations from sandwich, small office, and you can plant right there on bomb if need be. But unfortunately, they just didn't have the presence from east stairs. Great plays coming out from Canuck there, holding it down and being able to get the flank off to really split the attack in half.
Yeah, I mean, also good patience. Didn't quite push up right away. We are going to see a Wamai come out, potentially from Durham. Not sure, that might be a 6-pick. Yeah, that is going to be a 6-pick. Possibly a misclick there, going back on the Valkyrie. We're going to see them pick up a castle this time, going down a ventilation workshop. And for WPI, they're not going to change much, except they're going to get rid of that Blitz and instead swap out for a different operator, bring in a Jackal this time. Definitely a smart pick.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really interesting hold here. Without that sledge, is gonna make it a little bit harder to open up vertical holes. You do see Thatcher, though, opting to take breach charges. Going to be able to help out a little bit with that. Thermite and Zofia both rocking claymores to try to cut the rotations off. And luckily for Border, with only 2 staircases, you really only need the 2 claymores. Cut those rotations off nice and easy. The Castle here, a pretty standard operator here for the teller's hold, usually opting to barricade with his castle barricades, metal, and usually either archives or office door, depending on how much of up top the defending team wants to hold. But it doesn't look like Castle will be barricading metal stairs off just quite yet.
Yeah, and it looks like we're gonna get your pretty standard second floor hold from Durham. They're gonna put an operator or two upstairs to deny as much time and vertical play as it can for Worcester Polytechnic right here. Mo is gonna be droning in offices all the way from that east stairwell that we saw them push from last time. Is gonna spot Canuck on the Valkyrie, but they're gonna have to push in quite a lot to gain any kill off that intel.
Yeah, I don't know if Worcester there, whoever was droning that Valkyrie out, realized, but I believe she was prone, trying to throw a camera out AC window there. So I'd be interested to see if they got that already, or if that intel is going to be able to be gathered up from the defense. And that's a lot of intel. Pretty much all of the attackers are out there right now. Not quite on that outside cam. I'm going to assume that either the attackers got it or she didn't quite get it out. But the hold up top is still going to stand. Worcester is going to opt for more of a teller's heavy push here. Splitting it up a little bit, going main door as well. It's always a good call to split the attack. That way the defense has to watch two different directions. They can't hard focus on one. It's without the up top take here, though, it's going to be pretty hard, as there's a lot of tight angles you can hold in Workshop, a lot of really small ones. We see Thermite here. That's Mo opening up Workshop wall, but it will be muted. Luckily for them, with a Thatcher, the jammer will be quick work, and that will be gone. But Cody from Customs will find the pick onto Mo. Luckily for him, though, he did get Workshop wall open already. Thermite did his job, and Stinger, pushing in from detention, is going to sit the Rook down, and that gives the attack control of Customs, and they don't have to worry about it anymore. They just have to worry about Nexty pushing down east stairs here, but Influenzo pushing in sight will find a double. Nexty pushing down east will find one, and Canuck with an answer will find Influenzo. That's a Jackal off, and it's now down just to Thatcher and Sophia in an even 2v2 against Falk and Jaeger. A lot of nice back and forth picks here, but Wobb's in sight. Nexty will be next to answer, though, finding a frag onto Stinger, and it's now down just to Thatcher in sight. He does have diffuser, so he could put this down, but I'd be surprised if there wasn't a Velt Cam on him right now. Just trying to look for any angles above that they can find. Wob here just trying to find any picks that they'll give him, but they're not giving him a thing. Just sitting back, holding angles, trying to put the diffuser down. He will barely get it down, but now he's going to have to fight two off as they're closing in on him from above and in Workshop. Just playing ring around the rosy here with Nexty. He's going to shoot some bullets down Nexty, and now down to a 1v1. Valkyrie doing some damage from above, but the MPX doesn't do too much damage. Drops down, is going to try to take this frag very quickly as the diffuser timer is ticking down. Quick reload there from Wab. Gonna back off, playing the ACOG very smartly, but Valk pushes up on his right. Doesn't do any damage quite yet. Still just playing ring around the rosy, and that was a great clutch. 1v2 from Thatcher there. Beautiful. Got the plant down and found the next two picks. Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a good play, planning the diffuser, realizing both defending operators were on site. Wobber is going to pick up the first attacking win for WPI, and that is a site that Durham did not want to lose. They're going to have to go back to ventilation. Currently still tied up. A lot of games left to go in this match, though. We'll see how this works out for them on their second try on ventilation server room first floor.
Yeah, I think that was actually a really good call from Worcester there, not pushing upstairs and opting to actually do a completely horizontal push, squeezing the defense out of Workshop, both from main door and from tellers. And all the Velt cams were up top, so they didn't have any intel on site. So Wab there on the Thatcher was able to put diffuser down. But Worcester here, Coinman, will be opting to take the IQ to get rid of those evil eyes, because they do provide just loads and loads of intel. But in terms of the defense here, going to be sixing off the smoke and taking Bandit. Going to try to probably hold those tellers walls closed for a little bit longer. But unfortunately for Durham there, Worcester does have a Thatcher. So again, still quick work for him.
Yeah, they're going to not change their lineup here in Durham's case. And Coinman is actually going to pick up the IQ, and we're gonna see Influenzo pick up the Habana instead of the Jackal. Looking like they might actually go second floor this time with that lineup. I mean, they don't have the buck, but they might actually push from bathroom this time instead, especially with that double hard breach. Looks like Durham is gonna put at least Nexty upstairs as they are currently reinforcing the armory wall onto that west balcony. But with action phase starting, all we have to do is just watch these teams, see what they're gonna do, and see who's gonna come out on top. We see a nice can spot coming out again from Canucks, same one as last time, and I believe still has one more to throw after that one, expecting the office's push.
Yeah, and actually, it's kind of interesting to see Worcester is going to opt to go for a CCTV break push this time, but Mo here is going to be a bit too aggressive, and Canuck's going to be in the right spot in the right time. Mo's going to push in with Diffuser, and that's Diffuser down in break. And, well, now the attack has to fight to get Diffuser back and then fight to sight. It's going to be a hard take for them. But Canuck, not quite ADSing there, is not going to find Stinger. It's not even going to do any damage. It's going to be shot a little bit through the wall, and it's going to have to back up. Stinger, though, is going to find the pick onto Nexty. Great flank wash from him, shutting it down. But overall, great retake there of CCTV, getting that Diffuser back in control of the attackers.
Yeah, and Angels is going to be holding this main lobby corridor area. Is going to be holding a tight angle on that stairwell, but no one is there. Cody is also watching customs. It looks like they're really playing off-site as much as they can. You know, with about a minute and a half left in the round, Stinger is actually going to take down Canuck. That is a Valkyrie down. Utility already placed, but now Durham is in a little bit more of a pinch than they were a couple seconds ago.
And Cody's still holding in customs, though. Could be at some nice crossfires that Durham needs at this point. But Worcester here is going to have up top presence. They will be able to play vertically, as Thatcher did have breach charges. And I'm not sure if IQ does, but she does have the option to. She does. So that's a lot of vertical utility for Worcester still on the board. But luckily for Durham, they still have the Valkyrie Black Eyes that are out. And even though Valkyrie's dead, she can still watch those cameras and give crucial intel to the defenders still alive.
Yeah, we still have a C4 from Pizza. So that is some potentially dangerous vertical gameplay from below that they can pull out here. But the flashes are going down from that small office hatch. And sitting in armory lockers, all WPI has to do is push down. They have the operator advantage, but they don't really have too much map control on site itself besides those vertical angles from above. We're going to get down to the final seconds here as Angels does take out Stinger from, looks like, from below. Yeah, using the ground to their advantage. Cody's going to take down Influenza, though. It's all up to Wobber and Coinman. And Wobber is going to take out Cody 2v2 with 8 seconds left in the round. Diffuser is going to go down to Angels, but Angels is going to be killed himself by Wobber. It's all up to Wobber just against Pizza with 1 second left in the round. It's going to have to plant the Diffuser, but is not going to make it in time. Durham is going to win their second round win for defense.
That round really coming down to the wire there. A lot of back and forth. I think if the Zofia there went for the frag, she may have won that round out. Zofia is known to be a very good fragger, but unfortunately she decided to go for the Diffuser, and it was just slightly ever too far away for her to get it and be able to put it down. And I'm actually interested to see. So Worcester banned Doc. Okay, and I thought that was kind of an interesting ban. You know, who bans Doc? Like, he's good, but he's not. I don't think he's ban worthy. But Cody has taken Rook. This would be 4 out of 4 rounds. So I'm actually curious to know if that's actually a target ban on Cody or not. I've never seen Cody play before. But maybe he's a Doc main, and even if Doc is taken off the board, he can fall back on Rook. He has the exact same loadout, slightly different utility, but I would say equally as good.
Yeah, and in the meantime, though, we are going to have a quick rehost. One of the attackers did have an illegal skin. Using the Outbreak skin, for those of you that don't know, makes a lot of the operators look pretty much identical. So, you know, besides the T-posing there, we are going to have to rehost the game that let those players, unequip those skins, so we get a little bit more equivalency in terms of the gameplay here. And that should be pretty short, actually. So stay tuned. But back to what you were saying about the target ban. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. We don't see target bans too often at this level of play, as a lot of teams will really opt to just go ban strategies rather than ban opposing players. But when you're in the same division, you can really watch the VODs of other teams if they've been streamed and really look at the stats and look them up online. How whatever you want to do, you can see this player likes to play this operator a lot, and you can ban based on that. That could be their top frag playing the doc, but you never know. And I think besides that, I wouldn't see much of a reason to ban doc. We can ask about that, in a post game interview. But as for now, we can only assume what the bans were.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at it, Doc and Rook are both very similar operators. They have the exact same loadout. They're both 3 armor, 1 speed. So if Cody is their top frag, he just might not be on his game right now. But so far, it's Canuck and Nexty doing a lot of the work on the roam, playing very well together, kind of playing separately, but close enough where they can pinch if need be, as well as those black guys being able to give them loads of intel to be able to act upon and just do really well on the roam.
Yeah, and as we're resetting up the rounds here, we're going to go back. Looks like those rounds, all those 3 rounds did count. So we are going to go into round 4 now that we have some of those skins disequipped. I guess unequipped is the correct word. Disequipped is not a word in the English language. But we are going to go round 4, 1-2 in favor of Durham. Currently sitting just above Worcester Polytechnic Institute. But, there's still 3 more rounds in this half before they switch. So any team can come on top of this.
Yeah, and so far a lot of the rounds have been really close, coming down to those 1v1s or clutching a 1v2 out. So it really still can be anyone's game. And usually on border, it tends to be a lot more defender heavy sided. So you usually only see the tertiary sites being lost, but Worcester did take a round off of Durham in vents and servers. But luckily for Durham, they will be able to go back up top to Armory Archives. They could go a tertiary site if they wanted to, maybe try to throw off Worcester, but I wouldn't be surprised if they went back up to Armory Archives, which it looks like they will be doing. They did win it first round without too much trouble by quite a bit, actually. That was one of the few rounds that wasn't very close.
Yeah, I mean, this is Worcester's map, so they do have the home map advantage in terms that they really know what they want to do here. They are going to bring Coinman on the gridlock. That's going to be a nice pick. We talked about her and Nomad a lot when we were waiting for the game to start, and we could see that used a lot here. And as I say that, they 6-pick 2 IQ, another very strong pick, especially when you have Valkyrie, Jaeger, and Bandit on the board. That can be pretty vital in deciding the result of the round.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised not to see the gridlock just because she has so much utility in shutting down the roam, as well as that super shorty as her secondary does wonders on the floor and opening up vertical holes. But I guess Worcester decides they don't really need her. If they can do the same job with Claymores, I mean, why not? IQ is much better equipped to take out those evil eyes. And, well, so far Durham has been doing really well acting upon that intel that they've been gathering. But I'm interested to see how Worcester is going to change up their attack here. They tried to take Office's east stairs last time, and the roam below from Canuck shut them down very, very early. But without the blitz, they have an extra gun on hand, so it might help them out a little bit. We'll just have to see.
I mean, most of the time, I'd say well over like 6/7 of the time, we see blitz not really work out for teams in open league and invite league. I mean, there's some players that love their shield ops and just play them all day and get insane amounts of kills for playing shield operators. But most of the time we don't see that work out too well, and that was one of the rounds where it really didn't. They had the shield, but Canuck really slowed them down on that east stairwell by the main lobby, and now they're going to have to play a little bit differently here. Both teams, as the blitz is not going to be on the board, looks like they are going to be pushing that east stairs CCTV side towards office like last time, but we're going to see how this plays a little bit different, especially with Coin Man running that IQ.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. I think a lot of people need to watch Coinman and how he plays IQ, because I'm pretty sure a lot of IQ mains don't actually know that she has a scanner on her wrist that can detect all enemy gadgets. That's what Coinman was doing at the beginning of the round, being able to spot those black guys and being able to take them out very quickly. It's a super great utility for the attack to have, considering how sneaky they are. But so far, the attack here for Worcester is working out a lot better as they're fully in break and CCTV without being picked. But as I say that, Nexty is going to find one from Metal Stairs, and that's the Coinman IQ off the board. Unfortunately for the attack, that is the IQ, so black eyes are going to be a little bit harder to spot out. Not quite impossible. He did get the one in break, so helped them out a bit. But without that utility, it's going to be a little bit harder to. But Mo answering back, taking out Pizza, and that's the Bandit off the board. That was a nice shot through the little Habana hole there.
Yeah, we're going to have Mo running basic thermite scan. He's going to open up that wall from Armory into the site, and that's going to be pretty helpful as Angels is going to be pushed back. He's going to try to peek with the SMG-11, but not going to land any shots there. It's a pretty tight angle for both of them. Is going to peek it again, not finding anyone next to. Is going to come in for help. In the meantime, it looks like other players are kind of pushing around. Looks like WPI isn't quite sure where they want to push yet.
Yeah, just kind of trying to spread out a little bit here, but it really comes back to bite him in the butt here as Canuck pushes up East Stairs and finds a nice two-piece. Again, that's kind of the problem without running gridlock or anything to watch those flanks is, well, the Claymore finds one down, but Angels with the down onto the Thatcher there finds the other one with an SMG spray here. Nice peek. Playing very aggressive on that Armory wall is kind of the only thing you can do. Is once that wall's open, it's a hard angle to hold. You just have to quick peek it, play very aggressive. Beautiful play from Angels there. You saw the smoke canisters out as well, trying to slow him down. Cloaked him a little bit, but with the flank from behind, he was able to peek that without any objection there. So Durham again winning Armory first try, going to go back down into Customs Supply. Wait, back to Customs Supply. They haven't gone Customs Supply yet. This is a tertiary site. Because they won Vents already. That would make sense.
Yeah, so WPI is going to have a chance to bring it to 2-3. And, as you stated earlier a little bit ago, this is more of a defender-sided map. We legally have to say that about every map in the game, but
Except for Coastline.
Except for some
one
maps
exception.
and maps that are not in our map pool. But a 4-2 split is what we talk about a lot. But winning Vent servers could potentially put them in a spot where if we go back to Vent servers and WPI wins this round, they could be 3-3. And on your own map, when you're 3-3 going into a defensive half, that's a little bit easier to convert into a win. You only need to get 4 of the 6 rounds instead of 5, because first to 7 wins or tie 6-6 here for those of you unfamiliar. But on this round, however, we are going to see, it looks like they're going to have Customs, that one exterior wall by the exit. They're going to have Pizza shockwire that up. Canuck is going to already throw some Valk cams up by that front desk, so can catch WPI on the entrance, and is actually going to go second floor to throw a couple cams on the East Stairs, which is smart. WPI likes that entrance a lot, and also going to come over to break room. WPI is going to definitely want to push here. Getting that hatch is vital for the set.
But really early pick here from Wab here on the Jackal, taking out Canuck. The Valkyrie off the board already. Canuck has been a huge fragger here for Durham, and being off the board early is not looking very good, but Cody answering back with a pick onto Wab, sitting him right down after he just found one. As we see Stinger here trying to take the long angle fight against Cody, but ACOG against the ACOG isn't even playing field here, and Soph didn't have any cover, so she's going to back off and hit the rappel instead. Pizza, though, is going to go down to a nade, I believe that was, and then finish with the thermite charge.
Yeah, down to nade, killed by a thermite charge. That's unfortunate for them. Angels, however, is going to try to cover with the Alda, is actually going to take down Mo, putting it back at a 3v3. One of the attackers is going to peek, but the Alda is just going to be out of sight.
Gonna again push into that angle. Light Maestro up to very, very low. But that Alda is definitely a force to be reckoned with. You really don't want to be funneling into that, so you're gonna have to do something. Valkyrie is there with concusses, and Angels will get downed. I believe that was from another nade. And some nice cover from Nexty here, making sure he doesn't get pushed out. And Cody's still holding above, still in CCTV there. Finds another pick onto Coinman, leaving it to an even 2v2 because Angels is still down on the floor. Nexty's going to have to cross to try to pick him back up, which he very could easily do. Both the attackers have rotated up. I know a lot of you are used to playing with points on, so you know when you get the injure points, but the points are turned off in these games, so he didn't know that he was downed there, and he will be revived. And next he's going to rotate back up because that's where both the attackers are. Beautiful rotate. Cody here just going to be trying to do some pre-fires through that break doorways. They know they're going to have to push here soon. They need to get some momentum back up if they plan to win this round out.
Yeah, Nexty is going to rotate from offices into that hallway near CCTV. Cody is going to fire, getting a triple kill onto Influenzo. It's just down to Stinger as Stinger picks up their first kill of the game, picking down Cody all the way into CCTV. But with 20 seconds left in the round approximately, Stinger needs to get that diffuser and get inside. That exterior wall is open, but the Alda, played on the Maestro by Angels, is waiting for them. 10 seconds left. Stinger needs to get 2 quick kills here. Is going to be taken down by Nexty, though. The Jaeger all the way across customs.
That was heartbreaking to lose that tertiary site. Worcester here still not in the worst of places. Durham is going to have to go back vents unless they opt to go Teller's bathroom. And they did win vents out before, so they could do it again. But it's just got to be a hard mental state to be in. This is their map, but like we said, it is defender-sided, so nothing too crazy. But Worcester really needs to win this next round out if they want to stay in this game. Going in the second half in a 1v5 is not the best thing. It's definitely doable, especially if it is your map. You can kind of use some of that mental energy to convert it into physical energy and start chaining rounds together. But they're going to need something like that soon. Whenever Worcester gets any sort of momentum going, they push a little bit too aggressively and get fragged out, and then they just lose all of that momentum they just got. So they just need to start playing it a little bit smarter, maybe hop on those drones a little bit more, and I mean, let Influenzo start tracking. I don't think I've seen any Jackal tracks yet, and his gadget is super crazy at rooting out the roamers.
Yeah, his gadget did get a little bit of a rework, so he's going to have to choose the color of feet to scan, and that could result in only 1 or 2 pings, when in the past it would be a decent amount of time. So just a little bit of a nerf to the Jackal, but still a very strong operator. And another thing to realize is Jackal is most likely going to run that secondary shotgun that the Spanish operators get, and that's going to be pretty vital, especially when you're lacking both a buck and a sledge. The round we saw Worcester win the first time, they didn't play too much vertical gameplay, so that could be their plan here. They are bringing the Zofia, and they are going to bring some breach charges, but besides that, they don't really have much soft breach capability, especially in terms of verticality.
Yeah, they're going to have to play it very close to whatever they're breaching, and that leaves them very vulnerable to nitros. And Durham does have 2 on the board. Both Bandit and Mozzie, well, most likely have nitros in their back pockets. I cannot say for sure, but usually that's what those operators bring. And it does look like Worcester here is going to be going for a CCTV take, going to be trying to take and get that up top pressure and rotate across. But if they want to make this work, they're going to need some sort of flank watch, either claymores or designating operators to watch it, because Durham here is just really good at flanking and retaking. You see some nice angles being set up from Canuck here in Fountain, watching towards CCTV. Worcester is going to have a uphill battle to fight here up on the second floor, as I believe that's 3 of Durham playing up top, trying to stop this push as early as they can. And well, without any drones, there's not much momentum going out, and there's that beautiful jackal track. It's going to make Canuck back all the way out from offices, all the way into archives.
Yeah, they're going to have to deal with that as WPI is going to push in pretty quickly, a minute 20 into the round, and they do have control of CCTV, break room side, but they're going to have to start getting some kills. Canuck here is holding some nice angles, going to actually open up into CC. Not going to find anyone quite yet, but is going to try to get some nice angles. Going to be shot at from the outside of CCTV as Mo is going to push in, is going to be taken down by Nexty. A lot of shots going around as Canuck takes down Stinger, putting it at a 5v3 in favor of Durham.
Yeah, kind of interesting to have the thermite push on the drone there. Yeah, he can frag out, but he's one of the more crucial operators you want to hold on to. But Coinman trying to push in, trying to take these fights, but both Nexty and Canuck being very low, have beautiful crosses set up, playing that very well off each other, being able to shut that down completely as Nexty finds another, and that's a flawless round going into the second half for Durham. That was kind of hard to watch there. There was not much momentum from Worcester there, and well, as soon as they got some, Durham just shut it right down right away.
Yeah, and that's going to be the end of the first half for these teams on this map. We're now going to have Worcester defend and Durham attack, and we might see a little bit of momentum shift as Worcester did pick this map, and hopefully they know their strategies and can bring it back a little bit. They need as much round differential as they can. These teams are slightly out of playoff reach, I believe, but, you know, improving your record never helps. It's still definitely a good game. Already going to see a little bit different of a lineup here. We didn't see Maestro be taken on second floor by Durham, if I'm correct. So this is the first time he's going to see play in Armory Lockers tonight.
Yeah, Durham, they're opting more just to rely on that Valkyrie and those black eyes for intel. But seeing is how Durham here is bringing the IQ, probably realizing that, hey, those black eyes probably won't be as useful as they were, because IQ can take those off the board very quickly, whereas the evil eyes are a little bit more difficult to take out. Cody there on the Zofia with the impacts in Zofia's launcher will be able to make quick work of the Evil Eyes as long as they're not protected by ADSs. You can see all the different layers and complications that take place in Siege. It might seem like a simple click on their faces and you win type game, but there's a lot of strategies and countering that goes into every round and every time you play. That's what makes Siege so interesting. And yeah, both these teams might be a little bit out of the playoff range, but it's always fun to watch cast and enjoy some Siege. It's always fun to watch. I'm really hoping Worcester here can chain some rounds together and bring this back a little bit, because those make the most exciting games. And well, they started really strong with a quick back and forth. This is their map. They could pull some interesting plays out here.
Yeah, and Durham is in the danger zone right now. If they get this round win here, they guarantee a tie for the map. We're going to see Coinman take an actually good amount of damage, being put to about 20 HP. That's about 1 or 2 shots from pretty much every gun in the game, and that's going to be potentially deadly, especially being jackal tracked by Durham. This is now what you want, is going to be downed and taken out by Nexty, getting the first opening kill of the half for Durham.
Yeah, beautiful plays there. We saw the drone from Angels on the Thermite on top east that was able to spot Coinman out and, well, bring him down within the first 45 seconds of the round. Bringing it to a 5v4 that early for the attack is huge. I'm assuming Coinman was probably going to be playing more of that roaming role, and without that roam, well, the attackers can kind of really roam free, as you already see Nexty pushing up into Office's doorway. He does have to contest with the smoke and fountain, and the smoke will sit him down, but a nice refrag from Canuck, and that's the beauty of finding the first pick, is that you can refrag for the rest of the round here and still win it out. So so far, Durham's looking really good. Influenzo, though, has something to say about that and sits Canuck down, bringing it back to an even 3v3, and there is no refrag there. So now the teams both are on even playing fields here, as the defense is just desperately trying to hold sight. We see Mo still on Armory Wall, probably trying to trick it a little bit, but he's going to swing out and peek Thermite and take him out. That's Diffuser down on Armory, and well, the pings go out. They know the last two are on CCTV's side. Well, now the defense can just hold it out. Pizza will find one, and Cody, luckily watching the flank for that Maestro, will sit him down, and that's a guaranteed tie for this map for Durham.
Yeah, and that's going to be nice for them is they want to get as many wins as they can. Currently, they're sitting at 2 wins, 3 losses, 1 tie, and a win tonight would bring them to a 1.0 win-loss ratio, excluding the tie. But, they still have more rounds to play, at the most 5, but it is match point. But it is Worcester's map, and they are going back to Armory, second floor. Let's see how they adapt here, and hopefully can bring it a little bit closer to their grasp than they did on the previous round.
Really switching it up here, just taking completely different ops, picking off at the last second. It looked like Worcester there kind of didn't know what they're doing with op picks there, but that's the beauty of it. If you don't know what you're doing, then, well, the attack doesn't know what you're doing, and sometimes it works out. This Influenzo, though, on the Clash did look like an accidental pick, so we'll be 6ing off of that to take the Maestro, and there won't be any Ella or Frost plays coming out. Kind of unfortunate. It might be the wrench in the machine that would really throw Durham off their game. But Worcester's going to stick to their guns. They're going to stick to what they know, what they've practiced, what they've played before, and they're going to run it back. Kind of interesting to see Wob on the Rook. I'm not sure if he played him last round, but maybe Worcester target banned themselves a little bit there with a dock ban as well. But again, that's a question for a post interview.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have the attackers running pretty much a similar lineup to what they ran last time. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But anything could happen here. We're gonna see probably some more cautious play from Worcester. I mean, they lost Coin Man right off the bat, and that's really not what you want to see. Your Valkyrie going down right away. Kind of what happened to Durham that very first round on Armory Archives this first half. But, they brought it back. WPI not being able to recover from that loss initially. And they're going to want to play a little bit more passively. And we can see here, it looks like a lot more operators are on site than they were in the previous round.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Worcester here is going to go for any sort of roam, any sort of out-of-sight presence. They're going to be going a full 5-man turtle here. Going to try to shut this CCTV Armory Wall take down as soon as they can. Nice drones going out here from Durham, though, making sure everything's clear, both CCTV and below, as, well, Canuck's going to be pushing him below on that Jackal, making use of that Ida in his back pocket, opening the floor below half wall, ensuring that there's no defenders playing there, and that's one of the strongest places to play on Armory. So with that off the board, it's going to be a little bit tougher to hold.
I mean, I get wanting to play safe, but that entryway by the server's ventilation area is probably the strongest site that a soft breacher can get their hands on. Canuck, however, is going to be downed through those holes with Mo converting on that, and this time it's going to be WPI that gets an early kill, kind of early, minute 15 into the round, but with Nexty below 5 HP, that's also going to hurt Durham's ability to play aggressively on this point.
The Nexty playing below on such a very low health. Here's the trick going out, but isn't quite gonna stop it. Is, well, Mo gets to hold that off. That's beautiful. Nice play. That might be both the exothermic charges down. No, Thermite still has one in his pocket, and, well, Mo is backed off that wall. A smart play. His IQ was below him. Thermite will finally get that wall open, but not before Mo can get a pick from below. Those vertical holes made by Canuck actually hurt Durham more than it did Worcester there, with 2 picks coming from those holes now. With Armory open, all 3 are in CCTV or on CCTV balcony, so Mo can play that half wall as much as he wants to now. He doesn't really have to worry about it. He does kind of have to keep an eye on it just in case one of them decides to drop or rappel down. But the half wall there, just having that presence there is huge. I mean, you'll see Angels from below will find maybe didn't worry about it quite as much as he should have. But now that half wall is clear, the attackers will have some room to sort of push into armory here, maybe get some sort of presence. But I'm sure there's both evil eyes and black eyes, a lot of eyes watching that armory wall, as well as metal, as Angel tries to push up, but will be spotted out on cam. And, well, the defense just has complete roam of the top four here in a 4v3. They're going to have to do something. A Stinger finds one onto Pizza, but Cody answers back, taking out Coinman on the Valkyrie. We see Angels here with the diffuser, going to be trying to put it down, but that wall is soft. If there's any cam on him, he could be stopped, and the swing from the Maestro is going to cause Thermite to back off the plant, probably opting to save that KD rather than stick it. But cover not quite going there just as well as it probably should have, and that's exactly what Worcester needs.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely nice for them. They have 4 more rounds to go, though, to tie up this map. Durham only needs 1 to win. We are going to go to Ventilation Room Workshop on the first floor. You know, you wanted to see it, and we're seeing the Ella come out from Stinger Rhine. Whether that sticks or not is to be seen in the 6-pick phase that we're coming to in 5 seconds here. Kide by Mo is going to be brought out, and it looks like we might get some hatches reinforced or potentially some walls, you know, maybe not wanting to play the bandit. Capital is going to come out for the first time tonight, and as I see that, they 6-pick to the bucket.
It's
always
the caster
happens.
curse. That's what happens. As soon as you point it out, it's going to change every time. That's just how it is. So, I mean, I'm gonna point out that Durham's winning right now, so hopefully that changes it around. I'm hoping for a good game, and Worcester's bringing it back definitely with that round, quite substantially winning that. Left in a 2v4, but they had the diffuser covered quite well. This will be the first time we see the Cade, though, and it'll be interesting to see if they decide to reinforce and electrocute the hatches, because most teams opt to roam heavy upstairs and actually open the hatches so they can play vertically. But, well, Worcester might have a little different of an idea in store.
Yeah, that Evil Eye is going to go on that ventilation shaft in Ventilation Room. Going to be watching that exterior window and some common plant sites. Looks like Mo is going to be using that TCSG to open up the bottom of the floor between servers, and that bathroom, trying to prevent that push there. You know, the attackers have a decent amount of soft reach this time with the Buck, the Jackal, and the Sophia combined. They're going to be able to really punch through those soft walls that WPI left open there. The drones are going to go out, and they're going to see some defenders in that armory lockers area, but, you know, they're going to have to come ahead with them right here if they want map control.
Yeah, Nexi's going to be quick to push into Archives, going to be looking for those feet to try to get some scans off early to really push the defenders out of here. We see both Rook and I don't know who the other one is upstairs with him, but they're going to have to hold this as well as they can. That's Rook and Ella. Ella's really a force to be reckoned with. Got a buff and a nerf recently, but her gun with 41 bullets in it, her Scorpion, is still a force to be reckoned with. Can just dump a magazine down range, and headshots are king. So we see Canuck with a nade cooking, gonna be nading half wall, and Wab is gonna be lit down to very, very low, sitting at about 5 HP. He's gonna try to have to cross out. Buck's pushing it, but he doesn't know Ella's there, and Ella's not watching the angle, but she will take and re-peek it and find 1 and 2 onto the Jackal as he swings in from Sandwich, but Cody there pushing in from Armory is going to be quick on the refrag. Again, those 41 bullets being king in Ella's Scorpion there, being able to shut that down. We see some X-Kairos pellets going down on the Archives hatch, but luckily Mo is quick on it with the Electroclaw to deny that, but a second EMP from Thatcher will go down to break his Electroclaw, and that's no more Electroclaws in his pocket.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to lose control of that hatch temporarily, but they have a decent trade. That 2v2 they got earlier, WPI came out on top, is a lot of soft breach and roam denial was lost by Durham, so they're going to have the little advantage here going into this 3v3 with about 50 seconds left in the round. However, we do have some strong operators up. We have Zofia and Habana, both with very good guns, going to be pushing up, especially with someone in bathroom right here. Angels might be able to get a kill as those X-Kairos are going to go down onto that main lobby wall into servers.
Smoke through the barricade from Coinman there. Beautiful pick. We saw the default. Someone was sitting on that default watching it. Cody's quick to answer though as he takes Mo off the board, and that's the Cade down, keeping it in an even player v player. But Pizza's gonna find one onto Coinman, and well, that's the smoke off the board. It's now down just to Influenzo with that Alda in hands. I feel like we say this every single time there's a Maestro. That Alda is a crazy force to be reckoned with as he finds one onto Pizza, and he has plenty of bullets to spare. Cody here picks up Diffuser, is looking for frag, but Influenza is already rotated up Metal, holding those vertical holes, and he is out of there. Very smart play from Influenza there, opting to back out after he knew that Diffuser was down, not letting the attackers win that round out. Plus, he's Maestro. He can hop on those Evil Eyes and, well, shock the Zofia until she's down or until she's very lit. Interestingly enough, though, we saw Mo there on the Cade break the first set of X Kairos on Archives hatch, and the EMP went out to clear the Electroclaw. But Habana never tried to re-breach that hatch, which kind of lost him that round there. Not having any presence in back workshop allowed Influenzo to really roam around and take advantage of that. So really great play from Worcester there, bringing it back, definitely hitting them where it hurts.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a round WPI needed. Even if they don't come out winning this map, 2 defensive rounds in a row definitely has to feel good. I mean, they're only down 3. They have to win 3 more, and this is going to be the site that really determines how the rest of this night could go, whether Worcester gets the momentum in their favor or Durham just comes away winning by 7-3, which is not a margin to be laughed at. That's still a pretty big margin of 4 round wins. But, we are going to go on a custom supply first floor, one of the 2 tertiary sites we see. A lot of teams pick more often than tellers. However, you never know what's going to happen here. It seems like they're bringing the bandit. That pulse brought by Influenzo is definitely going to be very nice for denying some of the push into CCTV from below. We're going to see Nexty finally pick up that Capital. Those incendiary bolts and smoke bolts are going to be very nice for that plant phase if they get there.
Yeah, the pulse from Influenzo, definitely a smart pick here, realizing that Durham is no longer playing IQ, so you really have free range on that pulse as long as you're watching your angles. Even if not denying the push from up top, being able to relay that just ample amounts of information that he gathers with that cardiac sensor without being able to be detected. Plus, he's got that Nitro in his back pocket just in case he decides he wants to kind of act for himself here. We see Coinman going to try to be bandit tricking that detention window, but Conduct is going to have something to say about it as a nade tries to go through the drone hole, but it will be eaten up by the ADS. Flash is going above, and another EMP is going to be utilized here. A lot of utility being wasted on this detention wall, and Coinman's going to back out of there, and that's Canuck's second nade down. And, well, Durham doesn't have any more nades, but detention wall will get opened ever so slightly with those X-Kairos pellets. You see through the wall on your left there, Influenzo playing close, and the Nitro over the wall from Coinman is going to lit Pizza to very low and actually down Angels. But like I said earlier, there are no points on, so there is no way he could possibly know. He just knows he didn't get a pick, but that's a lot of damage being done onto Durham, and that might come back to win them the round later.
Yeah, I mean, picking up someone now puts him at 20 HP, and that's pretty much one shot from most primary weapon in the game, and that's going to be pretty big. We're going to have Stinger Ryan sitting at the top of that main hallway stairwell above the lobby, and Mo is going to be close by watching out along with Influenzo using that cardiac sensor. Is going to see some shots, but it's going to be from one of his teammates. Coinman is going to be trying to hold the supply corridor, but is going to take some shots from that outside wall. Cody, however, is going to take down Influenzo and also getting the double kill onto Wobber. All of a sudden, looks like Durham might have some control of this as Angels picks up Coinman. That's a 2v5 for Durham.
Talk about a momentum shift. Oh my goodness, being in a 5v5 with two attackers being very, very low within a 1 or 2 bullets to a 2v5. Three attackers still very, very low. Mo finds one with a headshot. It doesn't matter how much HP you have. If you get hit in the head, you're down. But Canuck will refrag that, being full HP, playing kind of aggressively here, leaving it all down to Stinger with that Scorpion in his hands, doing outputting a lot of bullets, being able to spray as much as he can, but Canuck doesn't matter. He's just going to sit him right down, and that is border for Durham. Unfortunately for Worcester, just a little, their momentum there towards the end was just not quite soon enough. If they had that earlier, they would have been able to close it up just a little bit more, but unfortunately, Customs, being a tertiary site, is very difficult to hold.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely saw a little bit of momentum go for WPI, but unfortunately for them, Durham is going to win 7-3 on the first map. And that was Border, that was WPI's pick. After our short 5-minute break taken by these two teams and us for a little intermission, we are going to have Durham's map, and we're going to be going to Consulate, and we're going to see how these teams play that out. Welcome back, everybody, from our short 5-minute intermission. I hope you're refreshed and ready to go for this exciting second half.
I
If you
hope you
missed us in
washed
the
your
first, we
hands.
have Worcester Polytechnic Institute versus Durham University. Sorry, and Durham won on border, which was Worcester's map 7-3. But now we're gonna get right into Durham's map, which is consulate, and we're gonna get right into the ban phase. We're gonna have Worcester banning on attack first, and let's see who they pick.
It's always interesting to see. Way back when, it's got to be over a year now. Seeing a thermite ban was kind of crazy to see, but now it's kind of commonplace to see one of the hard breachers banned, considering there's so much hard breach to go around. And yeah, well, as I was saying, that's going to be Maverick taken off the board by Worcester there. Definitely a more common operator to ban, considering he doesn't have too much in the way of counters. His blowtorch just silently opens up reinforcements without too much trouble. He does have to worry about being shot or nitros, but that's kind of the deal with any operator. We're going to see Durham actually ban Thatcher as well, so taking off a lot of that hard breach potential, and the support to the hard breach is going to make breaching anything reinforced very, very difficult if there's any form of denial on it.
Yeah, and we commonly see those bans a lot here because that makes Garage a lot easier to defend from the defenders. But speaking of defenders, we are going to have Durham ban out that Echo. Echo not going to be played at all tonight as they were banned on the previous map. We did have someone leave and they've returned. Lucky us, as our last ban is
It's a
going to be
miracle.
locked in by WPI. Legion going to be taken off. Really wasn't played at all, I believe. Not even once the previous map, which
Yeah,
is kind of an oddity in terms of him being on the board but not played.
Yeah, definitely would be interesting to see. Worcester they're banning Doc last round, kind of speculating that it was a target ban. May know something that we don't, banning that Legion. Perhaps Durham has a Legion main for Consulate specifically, but anyways, we won't be able to see Legion at all. But some interesting ops coming out from Durham, both the Blackbeard and the Capitao. We only saw the Capitao one round last map, but we'll be seeing him round one, as well as the Blackbeard, being able to really excel on those windows with his face shields. Only being able to take 1 or 2 bullets before they break, but in Siege, 1 or 2 bullets is a lot of time, considering you only need to put 1 bullet in their head, which is just a massive advantage.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have Mo pick up the Doc too, and that ACOG and that Stim ability is going to be pretty strong. I wouldn't be surprised if that Doc played by Mo is going to be hooked up on one of the desks in admin office, going to try to slow down Durham as much as they can. Durham is going to be attacking here first on this half, with Worcester defending on Durham's map in the first half. And this is going to be pretty exciting here, as we have a lot of high frag potential operators coming out from both teams. And this could be a very exciting round right ahead of us.
Yeah, Consulate is kind of an interesting map. There's a lot of rotations. It's one of the bigger ones, but it's a map where you can really play and lock down sight almost completely from outside. Just all of the windows angles. We have connector windows, CEO windows, just to lock down CEO connector, projector windows that lead right onto site, as well as the top spiral windows that can shut down rotations from long desk. This makes it an interesting match. So I'm kind of surprised not to see a Nomad or a Gridlock to try to limit these runouts, because as there's a lot of windows looking into the map, that also means there's a lot of windows that are able to be vaulted out by the defense and perhaps get a pick on to the repelling walls outside.
Yeah, we are going to have, looks like, possibly a little bit issue here. We're gonna have to play out this round. Looks like we have a small issue, but Cody is gonna have an issue with Influenza taking them down. Cody getting a double kill onto Coinman. That's the Maestro in the Mozzie right off the bat. The double M's are off right off the start of the round. Cody is gonna push, maybe gonna take out Mo right here. No, Mo's gonna respawn, taking down Cody.
Yeah, that illegal skin he's using definitely aided him there, just made him completely invisible as he's glowing bright yellow. We will have a quick rehost after this round as he opts to back into break room, heal up just a little bit, as he's going to have to try to fight admin all by his lonesome. Next, he hasn't been able to do anything in there quite yet, but Mo, peeking from copy, finds the pick on to, I thought that was Angels, but I guess that was Canuck on the Capital. I guess I might be going blind as we see Angels on the Hibana repelling CEO, going to be putting some pressure on the other side of the map. Next, he's still in admin, not for long, as Mo has something to say about it, and Stinger on the other side is going to find Pizza, and that's the Blackbeard off the board. It's now down just to Angels on that Hibana. Definitely doable, as Stinger is very low, but Doc is going to make his way around to try to heal him up, but with the stim in hand, is going to get sat down. He will get the heal off, and that's going to allow Stinger to refrag and take out that Hibana.
Yeah, so we're gonna have WPI leave real quick. We're gonna have one of the players equipped another Outbreak skin. For those of you who missed the previous rehost, we do not allow skins such as the Outbreak skin that make some of the operators like pretty much identical, and that's one of the reasons why it's banned. And even Pro League, I believe, bans it. And unfortunately for WPI, that's going to be their last of their two rehosts. With teams only having two rehosts, if one of WPI's players leaves or disconnects, they won't be able to call a rehost. And that could be crucial later in the round if someone's internet cuts out or Siege decides to crash, because Ubisoft decides it's not that player's day. But, we're going to get a quick rehost here. And in the meantime, Blue Card, do you want to go over some of our sponsors while we wait?
Sure. Yeah, we can give a quick shout out to them. They're really awesome. They're the reason why we get to do what we do. I know it's kind of tough with a quarantine going on. A lot of stuff isn't allowed to go on, but luckily we all get to sit at our homes and enjoy some nice siege. So it's because of, well, firstly, Corsair for just some really top quality peripherals and computer accessories. They're a big thanks to them. They're both buffing the prize pool for open and invite, as well as supplying some really nice keyboards just to really top off the prize pool there. As well as Rogue Energy for some just really great energy drinks and powder. It's really good stuff. That's how I get most of my schoolwork as well as Siege done. Um, it's great. Don't forget to use code CEA at checkout for 10% off. And of course, to what's new.gg. That's NEU, not NEW. They're going to be supplying CEA with some really quality clothing that will be coming soon. TM. I've seen a couple of the oh renditions of them, and it's looking like some really nice stuff. I'm gonna have to get me probably a couple pairs, but we'll see. Let's stay tuned for that. We'll get the link out as soon as we have it. We're gonna try to get back in here as soon as we can, but unfortunately, it's gonna take just a minute as some loadouts are gonna have to be changed.
Yeah, and adding on to the Corsair bit, they did just run a giveaway a couple weeks ago. And if you want to get in that, be sure to follow us on not only Twitch here, but we do have a Twitter. Be sure to look us up, CEA Siege. We do a lot of casts, and why we still set this up, I'll announce it at the end still, but right now we do have more games coming up this week. This is our Wednesday night match. Tomorrow we're going to have Thursday at 9 p.m. match to be determined. Teams still have to call dibs on it. And then
Ooh.
invite game of the end of the week is going to be Friday at 9 p.m. with Arizona State University versus Virginia Tech. And these are week 7 matches here. And that's the last week of regular season before playoffs. So if you're missing these, you don't want to miss them. I'll tell you that. They're going to be high octane games leading into playoffs. Those invite teams don't want to get dropped out of invite back into open. That's the opposite of what they want to happen. And with that, it looks like we're starting to get the ready from both teams here. And we're just about to get back into the match. Consulate, let's go.
Okay, so we're gonna need just a second here, as things might not be completely. Okay, never mind. We just don't have sound. That's it. We're good. We can go without sound. We don't need it. It's gonna be a little bit tougher, but it should be fine. We're good. We're good. We got it fixed. We got our main man Duke Carge on the spectator. He's great with all the technical stuff. Don't have to worry about it. But we will be going right into round two. Worcester is going to be up around winning that top floor. Definitely huge considering the early two piece coming out from Durham. Definitely a great comeback from Worcester.
Yeah, and I mean they're going to be running an interesting lineup here. They're going to have the Kaid not going to bring a bandit for Cafe. We're going to have the Vigil switched off to the Valkyrie. Wobber is going to bring the Ella, Koiman, the Jaeger, and Chinese Mo is going to bring the Doc once again. Nomad is going to come out from Nexty, and we talked a lot about Nomad, the previous map, and her ability to deny a lot of runouts, and that could be used here, especially late in the round when that plant goes down by that white van in garage.
Yeah, it's kind of tells you something depending on how much we talk about operators. The more we talk about them, the more I don't want to say OP, but just how good they are. The more we talk about them, the better they tend to be. Either utility, either fragging potential. Nomad, her guns are pretty solid. Nothing really to write home about. But it's her utility there with her air jabs, with three of them being able to cut down runouts and everything is always huge here. We see some drones being destroyed very early. That's always nice to see. It's always good. Some nice evil eyes coming out here above piano, as that's probably where the attack is going to have to push. Without Thatcher or Maverick, they're going to have to take above to destroy down below to try to get either the bandit, which Worcester doesn't have in this case, but the Cade Electro Claws off the wall.
Yeah, and I think the reason for bringing Cade is really the fact that once you have to go into that piano room area and shoot below, those electro claws take a little bit longer to find because they can be in a little bit wider range of an area than those bandit shock wires can, and that gives WPI a little bit of time. We are going to see Stinger Ryan throw out a C4 at Visa office. Entrance, not going to connect with anybody, probably just trying to get an early kill on a rush from Durham, but Durham is going to be taking their time, and it's not going to connect.
Kind of an interesting play there. There is a default right there in Visa. I don't know if someone was on the cam and called it the doorway, got shot open. Maybe expecting a little bit of a rush, but nothing quite yet. We will see Mo roaming in East Corridor and Tellers trying to hold this push from Visa, as he will be droned a couple times here. He will have to deal with two attackers pushing in, but we have seen him do it before, getting crossfired here, taking down to about 50 HP. But luckily Doc's not banned this time. He can just back off, put his stim in his arm, and he's back up to almost full, pretty much brand new, able to peek and try to frag once again. Some nice cross angles. This Nexty finds a team kill onto Cody to the Tellers, and Mo refrags Nexty, but Pizza not waiting to refrag on to Stinger. You gotta love the quality, wholesome siege there. Mo hitting him with a thank you as he finds another one on Canuck, holding in circle desk. On drone too. I mean, Mo really just holding it down. I'm still trying to process what just happened there.
Yeah, unfortunately, team kills do still happen at this level sometimes. Angels is going to just get away slightly alive as someone was on that exit stairs. Pizza is going to be rotating around from Visa all the way outside by the front lobby. Going to be taking out that default camera. Angels still fighting around the white van. Not anyone there quite yet, but is going to need to get inside with 50 seconds left in the round. They need to get some map control. I am not sure what their current plan is. They do have the diffuser on Angels, but if he gets down here, it's going to be in a small firefight with Coinman. Coinman is going to back off.
They're going to be playing it very safe here. The attackers do have to push site, and being at half the manpower here is definitely going to be a little bit tougher. But Jackal on Pizza there with the two smokes in his back pocket will make this possibly doable here. Being able to cut off some rotation angles, but Angels is going to sit Coinman down, bringing the man advantage back a little bit more even, but the big T doing a lot of damage onto Pizza's shoulder there, and he will down, that's Mo actually from Yellow Stairs, downing one and finding another pick. That's a 4K from Mo. The only reason he didn't get the ace was, well, because it was stolen from Durham.
I mean, to me, that counts as a ace on a technicality. So, very good job. Mo actually
I
coming in
count it.
pretty hot. I believe had 2 kills on the first round. So currently sitting around 6 or 7 overall. Not going to get the first round data due to the rehost, unfortunately, but nothing you can do about that right yet until Ubisoft gives us more match API. But in the meantime, we're going to go on to lobby press room, and this is where defenses are made or broken. These tertiary sites are really where you start to get a lead and get momentum. If they can take this site, they all of a sudden have a 3-0 lead on Durham right off the bat on Durham's own map.
It's actually kind of crazy how much mental sway these tertiary sites can have. If you win the first and second site, you're kind of thinking, yeah, we won them, but like that's kind of what we're supposed to do, right? They're the main sites. They're run because they're really good. It's winning those tertiary sites that are a little bit harder to hold. If you win those, you say, hey, we already won both up top and garage, and they're easier than this. So let's just run it back. Let's do another perfect site rotation. So if Durham is looking to shut Worcester's momentum down, this is the site to do it. They really just need to stick together, keep playing as a team, because, well, Mo on the dock, well, he's not even on the dock this time, but still, just because he's on a different operator doesn't mean his fragging potential goes away. Mozzie being pretty pertinent with his Commando or the Roni, which both are very great guns.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see Pizza pick up the Nomad again. Canuck is going to take the Capital, which honestly is a really vital pick for the site. Being able to smoke and use those incendiaries to cut off rotations to that main lobby area is going to be very nice. But, with Influenza's Maestro on the board, that can be potentially deadly. And, you're going to have extra intel from that Mozzie. Pizza is going to be pushing towards the front door as Nexty is going to climb onto the second floor balcony, peeking into the second floor office area, but no one is going to be quite there as Wobber tries to just hold off that angle from front office.
Yeah, we see the Ella here playing top Visa, just going to play this kind of safe as Nexty's already out on projector balcony, holding a tight angle, and Wob's going to try to swing it. 41 bullets in the magazine will find Nexty and sit him right down after a quick spray exchange there. We see Angel, though, is going to be quick on the refrag, taking Webb off the board and actually turning it around to finding Mo as well. Mo being an insane roamer on Consulate so far, being off the board this early is definitely going to be very rough. And, well, all three defenders are now on site. They're going to have to hold this as best they can. Luckily, Buck was taken out early, so soft breach potential is definitely not the best for Durham. But Zofia does still have those impacts, and it doesn't look like there's any breaches, so it's just those impacts. So definitely a really good pick early on from Wab.
Yeah, we're going to have Pizza starting to use those air jabs on that exit stairwell. Cody is going to get a nice headshot onto Coinman, a very clean kill. Still at 100 HP. Is going to use that lifeline to start dealing some damage as WPI opens up, or is getting opened up from above by Durham, but Stinger is going to just barely miss a kill. With that verticality, Cody, however, is not going to miss Stinger, getting the double kill. It's only a 1v4, 1 minute left in the round. It looks like Durham has this in their hands.
Canuck's going to drop Piano. They're going to play back Piano. Diffuser's going to be going down, but the asphyxiation bolt comes out just as Maestro swings out of bathroom. A lot of spray coming down here, and luckily Canuck found that frag in the last few bullets because that Alda doesn't run out of bullets. So he really needed to find this frag, and he did great cover there. And overall, a really great push from Durham here, being able to clear out those roamers very early on, as well as just push Piano very aggressively, but also very effectively, applying pressure from above, being able to cut out the rotations. That looked like a textbook take.
Yeah, but if I'm WPI, I wouldn't be too worried about that. We're talking about these sites that are a little bit not very defendable. Lobby press room is hard. That's the kind of thing that you can do what I do whenever I lose a game or a map. I'll just be, they're supposed to win that site. And, that's kind of how it fell there. I mean, a very strong showing from Durham. definitely taken nearly a flawless round in their hands there. But they're gonna have to face console meeting office again, and they lost pretty heavily the first round on that site.
Yeah, with a really great opening two-piece from it was the Zofia, I believe it was Cody the round one as well as the Zofia now. A great two-piece right off the bat, but unfortunately wasn't able to turn it into a round win. So definitely looking good for Worcester here on the top side, unless Durham kind of realizes one of Worcester's weaknesses and really exploits it. Maybe they see that, hey, Worcester's really good, really aggressive at holding admin. Let's just try a straight CEO push. Maybe they get in there. Maybe you get diffuser down. Maybe Worcester's also playing CEO very aggressively. It's just kind of prodding that out with drones and trying to figure out where's the best place to push.
Yeah, and I mean, they're bringing a lot of anti-roam utility. They have 3 claymores, and then Pizza's bringing the Nomad, which means 3 claymore lights, as we can call them, where it doesn't necessarily kill the defender, but when you're knocked on your back, if someone's nearby, 9 out of 10 times you're gonna lose that immediate fight. But we're going to have Influenza right here by that door. Not going to be able to run out, though, as that Claymore did go down. Not going to find anyone quite yet, as no one's really pushing that exit stairs door.
Dopenshire, what was he just holding in his hands there?
Is that the Boss G?
I think that's the Boss G ACOG in his primary. What a guy. He's going to try to run out below, but he will get droned out and we'll have to back up. And Stinger's going to find the first frag with Angels with a nice quick refrag there, taking Jaeger off the board. But that's the Capito off. That's a lot of utility gong. And Cody, well, he's going to be sitting Influenzo down before he can do anything with that Boss G ACOG. Unfortunate. I was really looking forward to see what he could do with it. But Cody was not. He just sat him right down. Some nice pre-fire coming out from Mo through the bathroom wall, trying to find Angels as well. Angels finds a pick onto Wab, and that's the smoke off the board. It looks like Angels is really just kind of droning himself in here, getting on drone, getting off, and finding a kill. And, well, 2 now is Nexi is taking a lot. Well, I say a lot. 25 damage in bathroom from Mo. They do still have to get through Mo, who has been a force to be reckoned with on this map. They will have to try to do something, as he will get droned out. He's going to try to hold this as best he can, but he can't really get back into connector. So there's 1 yellow as well as 1 repelled bathroom, repelled in, but he's going to find one through the wall. Take a lot of damage. But luckily for him, he does have those stims in his pocket. He can heal up if he needs to. But Angel's on site and is going to be planning behind CEO desk. And Cody is going to shut Mo down. And, well, Cody, again, with Coinman, that was a 3 at least from Cody. Maybe even a 4. I wasn't counting exactly. But beautiful, beautiful plays coming from Cody.
Yeah, some nice long angles. Playing Sophia, you have a very nice, unique kit in the terms of not only are you soft breach, but you have really good fragging potential. We have 3 players at 5 kills right now, 2 on Durham and 1 on WPI. And besides that, it's pretty much been those only 3 players. We have some kills and assists here and there, but it's all going to be up to how these other players really shape up. We do have some interesting picks coming out here. IQ is going to be picked up by Nexty. Haven't seen her in play in the last couple of rounds. It looks like Mai is most likely going to be 6 picked off because I don't believe he is allowed to be played quite yet.
Not until playoffs, no. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting to show the Cade, because the other team knows you're going to have to 6 off of him. I'm not sure if Worcester knows that he's not allowed quite yet, but luckily for them, they haven't stuck him just quite yet, kind of threatening him a little bit, but 6 picking off of him at the last seconds here. I mean, a lot of these rounds just keep swaying back and forth. It's looking like it's going to be Durham's round at the beginning, but Worcester wins it out. Looks like it's going to be Worcester's round in the beginning, and Durham wins it out. So it's you really can't tell how a round is going to go until the last few seconds.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have a lot of fragging potential on both sides. We're going to have the Ella and the Jaeger coming out, along with the Doc, and then we're going to have the Habana, the IQ, and the Sophia. I mean, all the attackers are generally good attackers in terms they have decent fragging ability. Not sure quite going on here. We have, a little bit of, I think that was another C4 attempt on Visa. Not going to land, though. Pizza is going to be droned into Visa with not anyone quite nearby, I believe.
No, opting to back out of that quite quickly. That was actually someone trying to reinforce the hatch very late into the round. Luckily, though, no damage is going to be done onto the defense. That route was healed up, and the C4 from below from Stinger is finally going to find its mark, and that's Pizza on the Nomad off the board. That's a lot of utility gone, and, well, that call's been made. Mo can really roam as freely as he wants now. He does have to kind of watch his step, as we see Cody does have a Claymore in his pocket, but Claymores are a lot easier to deal with as opposed to air jabs. We see Angels here on the Hibana, on the hard breach, so one of the more important ops, but Angels has also been fragging out. Hibana's kit is very good at fragging out. He's going to be pushing down, drops the diffuser behind as to ensure it doesn't get dropped in a bad position, but it's going to be trying to look for some frags here.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at the new observer overlay on the far right, Durham, even though they're down an operator with a 4v5 situation, they only have 3 drones left, and only one of them is active. And that's going to be unfortunate for them, but Cody is going to give them a little bit of a better chance, taking out Stinger Ryan. That's going to be the Valkyrie down for the count.
Yeah, definitely opting for an entire Archives push here. Wob, though, going to be punishing Nexty, just slacking a little bit as he peeks from kitchen door and fires at him through the barricade. Mo pushing down Spiral is going to find Angels, and that's one of their pertinent fraggers off the board. Cody is still on the board, and Cody and Mo are going to be facing off here, the two titans of the teams, but in the background, Wob is going to find Canuck, and Cody's going to sit Coinman down as he tries to push up from that bottom Spiral's hall, and, well, Cody is going to be pinched here. He's got to deal with kitchen door and Spiral stairs. Going to try to do a little bit of a pre-fire. He's just going to try to hold angles. He's going to try to wait, and hopefully Worcester gets a little bit too aggressive and they peek into it. But if you notice, their diffuser is still above him, so he's going to have to go back upstairs. And, well, Teller stairs is being watched by Kitchen and Spiral by Doc. Cody going to get chunked by the TCSG down to just under 25. As Doc's pushed up into Archives, is going to down the Zofia, but I don't think he knows it. He doesn't. He's holding it safe, and Zophia's going to be able to withstand and pick herself back up to 5 HP. Not a lot, but it's definitely doable. She finds the frag onto Mo. 10 seconds left. She's got to find 2 more. She's got to push aggressively here through the barbed wire. She's going to get Ella mined, and I don't think she's going to be able to do it unless the defense gets really aggressive here, and unfortunately not. Almost finding the pick onto that Ella there, but due to the Grismont and the barbed wire slowing her down, wasn't able to push in quite fast enough.
Yeah, and you highlighted dropping the diffuser in the middle of the round there by Durham. You know, when that came down to the last 30 seconds and Mo was sitting on that Spiral stairwell, you could pretty much count Durham out pretty much for that round, because unless they take out Mo on Spiral and the 2 very entrenched anchors, they're not going to have time to go get the diffuser and plant and also get those kills. A little bit unfortunate miscommunication there from Durham is going to result in a round loss for them. But, you know, with WPI 3-2, they have an opportunity here to get momentum going into the second half. And attacking is going to be hard as Maverick and Thatcher are off the board, so they're going to need every win they can get. Bringing out the alibi from Stinger, this is going to be an interesting round going on console second floor.
Yeah, so far Worcester has won and lost top floor, so this could be anyone's round here. Usually if the defenders win round 1 and the attackers win round 2, it's due to smart adjustments made by the attackers, but into the third round on a site, the defenders can adjust to the attacker's adjustment and hopefully try to win it back. If you're Worcester here, you're really trying to look to go into the second half with a 4v2. That's really the most they can hope for. And Durham's looking for a 3-3 half, because with Maverick and Thatcher banned, hard breach is very, very hard to do. Not impossible, because Hibana and Thermite are still on the board, but very difficult, and that makes attacking maps very difficult. A lot of taking sites is opening up very important walls just to get those lines of sight and cut off rotations, or even root defenders out of really good holding positions. And if you can't do that, well, they're in really good positions, and you're just going to have to frag out, which can be pretty difficult sometimes. as well. You saw Cody didn't quite have enough time to do it last round, but it is going to be looking like a pretty split take here, as Angels is again repelled outside yellow. Going to be trying to pressure yellow, as Cody is on the archive side, trying to just split the defense as much as he can. It's always good to split the defense. That way they can't just hard hold a certain site. That way they don't know where you're pushing from. But Angels is actually going to repel into yellow here with Diffuser in his pocket. This could be a huge misplay coming out from Durham.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have Mo again in admin office. One of the drones is going to be taking out that was Pizza's drone down outside the window by Influenza's Evil Eye. But, just under 2 minutes left in the round. Some windows are going to be opened in that connector room between meeting and console office. But so far, Durham is really taking their time and being very slow and meticulous in this push. They do have Angels on the top of exit stairs, but with Cody also in bathroom, they're going to have to start pinching in, especially near long desk where some of the attackers, or defenders, wait for them. Canuck, however, is going to get the first pick on a Wobber, but Stinger is going to respond by taking out Angels.
Yeah, it's really just down to Stinger here, holding in that pillbox there. He has Diffuser down, and the attackers are all around him. He has to try to hold this out, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to find the pick onto Nexty, again swing on CEO windows to try to get Pizza off of the rappel there, but that upside down rappel is just so hard to contest as Mo pushes into connector without knowing that Canuck is still repelled on that window. It's going to be an easy pickup from Canuck, and Stinger's still just holding pillbox, holding this Diffuser down. And oh, that's so unfortunate. That's going to be a Zofia glitch there, as both concussors don't actually concuss Stinger. And Canuck's going to find... Cody's going to find one on Influenzo, but Canuck's going to refrag Cody, his teammate, leaving it down to a 2v2 now, as Stinger finds yet another. That's a third for Stinger. He's going to be flamed out, but luckily he has that rotate top weight that Angels made for him earlier in the round. And Stinger with another one again. Worcester's ace being denied by a team kill. So I guess that's the second technical ace for Worcester.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, unfortunately for Durham, another vital team kill. Taking down Cody is definitely not one of the teammates you want to take down, and then just a little bit of misplay here and there. The diffuser going down right next to that cabinet in console office. Not really where you want to put it, especially when you have an alibi point blank guarding that from a pretty well entrenched location. But that's going to be the end of the half. Last half of the night, potentially 6 more rounds to go. We're going to have Durham on defense now with WPI attacking, and we're already going to see some different operators come out. We got Twitch and Sledge coming out, and then we have Castle being brought for the first time this map on console office meeting room 2nd floor.
So I was really hoping Pizza would be playing the Mozzie, because I think Pizza with the Roni would just be a classic combo, right? That pizza with Roni, like pepper. No, okay, never mind. That was a really bad joke. Anyways, we're gonna be going all the way up top to console meeting here. Canuck is gonna be taking the Mozzie instead of Pizza, unfortunately. But a Castle coming out from Pizza. It's going to be Castle barricading connector window, a window that is actually a really good window to hold, being able to cut off rotations both from bathroom connector and the main desk right out in between CEO and bathroom. Another thing Durham is going to be doing different from Worcester is making a rotate on long desk. Worcester opted to fully reinforce projector, which actually worked out for them, being able to hold that very well. But Durham is going to have something different to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be looking to a lot of these operators to really get some nice kills here. We're going to be looking from some saucy plays, especially from Pizza here, using that Castle. Now has the Super Shorty as a secondary. Going to have a little bit more destructive power, making them a little bit more viable of an operator, especially on a pick like this. Boyman is going to be pushing up towards exit stairwell as the rest of their team pushes towards the front window, front balcony area.
Yeah, we saw Worcester take the Blackbeard, or I guess that was Durham on attack. Yeah, obviously. Durham take the Blackbeard for round one, but then decided not to play it anymore. Worcester here going to be taking it. That's Influenza on a Blackbeard. Going to be seeing if they can maybe do a little bit more work with him. Hopefully a little bit more than Durham did. It's looking like a full CEO take here as we have some attackers repelled on connector window. We see, luckily, IQ had breach charge. It's going to be doing, I believe that was damage from her own breach charge, bringing her almost down to 50. Being able to open up that angle to later repel on and really hold that off. Some bullets coming out from Twitch here, lighting Maestro Angels down to very, very low on like 5 HP. That F2 is definitely not a gun you want to be peeking against, as that thing tears through defenders.
Yeah, and Angels is going to want to stay alive for as long as they can. Going to break some debris there to get a better angle in that corner. But if they go down this early into the round, those Evil Eyes are not going to be able to be used for the plant phase of the round if we get that far from WPI. Sorry. We're going to have the Blackbeard look outside a console with Stinger pushing in. Chinese Mo is going to take a little bit of damage from a run out, but not enough to prevent them from pushing more into meeting room.
Yeah, Angel will luckily get healed up by the dock, but from that run out from Nexty being lit very low, there's not going to be enough stims to go around. This Coinman is going to find the opening pick onto Pizza, and that's the castle off the board, and that's the player playing on Yellow Stairs. So now Yellow Stairs is available for Worcester to take here, and that's really what they need to get this plant down. They have complete and total control of the west side, as well as Projector, as Mo finds one, jumps in and finds Canuck on the Mozzie in admin, and it's now down just to Nexty and Cody, who are both off-site. Nexty's roaming up Yellow Stairs, though, and finds one onto Coinman, who has his back turned. Mo is going to be shutting Cody down, and Stinger in Bathroom is going to be finding the last pick onto Nexty just as he repels into Bathroom.
Yeah, that's going to be a nice angle right there. Looks like a little bit of a lighting issue there in the Bathroom, but not too bad, as WPI is now up 5-2, pretty much an exact opposite of what we saw on the previous map. Looks like these teams really like beating the other team on their own map, and that might be what we see here. We are going to go to console office meeting room, and the double hard breach to me, along with the Twitch, says to me that we're going to see a garage push. Even though the Maverick and the Thatcher are down, I think WPI wants to attempt this.
This might just be a call from Worcester here, thinking that maybe Durham is going to try to switch it up and go garage, because Worcester did win that round by quite the landslide there, but is going to be 6ing off the Thermite to take IQ, both having very similar guns between the 5.56 and the 5.52 there. Definitely the operators you want to be switching between if you're worried about recoil. But again, picking the Blackbeard, bringing it for round 2 as well, providing ample cover from CEO windows and being able to peek those a bit more aggressively and hold those longer angles, knowing that you have a bullet or two extra time to react as opposed to the defenders, is always really solid. Plus, if Diffuser does get put down behind CEO desk, retaking that against a Blackbeard is almost impossible without runouts.
Yeah, and they're not going to have too much Claymore utility. They only have one from Twitch. I do not believe Hibana is bringing a Claymore, though I might be wrong. But besides the point, they're going to have to be really attentive to some runouts here, as I will not be surprised if Durham tries it. They are down 3 round wins, and they need to get one here to prevent WPI from locking in a tie for the map, which would be very beneficial to them because they want to tie this game up. This would be their first non-loss of the season with only 1 game left for WPI. They want to do as much as they can with a nice Valk spot coming out from Canuck.
Yeah, definitely. And it's looking like they're going to at least get a partial loss here if they win this next round up to at least tie this map. But with the momentum they got going on now, I wouldn't be surprised if they won this map out at all, winning all but 2 of the rounds so far, and most of them winning them by quite the landslide. As again, we see Influenza repelled on CEO windows and connector window being opened as well, suggesting that Worcester is going to be going again for a CEO slash yellow stairs push here is they're all spread out on the southwest side of the map, just on the rappel, looking for any defenders, trying to catch them off guard on the rotates. But it's going to be Pizza who finds the opening pick onto Wab, peeking connector window and sitting him down with the ump. We'll get lit just for a little bit more than 25, but nothing super crazy, especially with the Doc on the board, being able to heal him back up. Really nothing lost in that advantage, except for one of the attackers, which is really unfortunate for Worcester. And they're going to have to try to rotate around to get this covered a little bit better, as Durham is just playing it a lot more passively, sitting it back and waiting for the attackers to push into the building.
Yeah, it was important to note that when we had the sky view from the observer a little bit ago, we saw that none of the players were on site for Durham, and another one is going to go down as Angels is taken out by Mo. Mo is going to be holding with that F2 from that balcony, expecting a run out here, but looks like one is not going to come quite yet. They have the operator advantage with that Blackbeard. Yeah, they're paying a lot of attention to the potential runouts from Durham, but they have Stinger with the diffuser rotating over, drops it real quick. Canuck is actually going to take out Influenza with the run out, but it's going to be refagged really quick by Stinger.
Stinger's going to be pushing up yellow stairs. Now leaving it to an even 2v2 as Cody finds a pick onto Mo. Stinger, though, answering again, pushing up yellow, finding one as Cody answers back, taking out Stinger. And there was defender and an attacker alive there?
Yes.
Did you run out of time?
The last kill was a trade between Cody and someone else, I believe.
That makes a lot more sense. Thank you. So yeah, that round will go to Worcester, though, is they go into match point here for them.
Yeah, and that's going to be pretty big because they haven't won a game yet this season. They're 0-5-0. That is 0 wins, 5 losses, and 0 ties. And it's important to note that they are playing their week 6 match. WPI has one more match to go left in this season for them, and they could come away with another win after this. They're going to be a win after this. Sorry, they're going to be looking for a tie here tonight to at least break their losing streak of 5 games. But for Durham, you want to try to get everyone you can. That will bring them up to 3 wins and 3 losses, and that's really where they want to be at the end of the season, giving a nice little middle of the ground note for their spring 2020 CEA season.
Yeah, just trying to get some practice in here, really, as these two teams are just really trying to just get some sort of points, a little bit of wins, maybe boost their stats a little bit, have something to write home and brag about. But we will be seeing another basement hold from Durham here. No, this will be the first time going basement, actually. So we'll have to see how Worcester decides to push this. They do have double hard breacher, so it will be a little bit easier to open garage walls, even though Pizza will most likely be bandit tricking, either putting some pressure from yellow stairs door or just getting those bandit wires off from peeking real quick and getting both an exothermic charge and X-Kairos down on opposite sides of the garage to try to really open up and get some sight lines here on the site.
Yeah, that buck pick from Bo is definitely going to be critical in stopping Pizza from using that shock wire to deny the exothermic charge from WPI. Most of them are going to be spawning at the police line near the front lobby. We're going to see here, I see Wobber looking out for the spawn peaks from those windows. There is someone running first floor from Durham, so they're going to have to watch out for that as they push in. Actually, it was Canuck running all the way to the second floor, potentially thrown out of Vault Cam. It's going to opt to fall back and replace it somewhere else.
Just going to hold that into his pocket for a little bit. Luckily, he can throw them and deploy them very, very quickly. His Buck's already below in Circle Desk, and he will be spotted out, thanks to that Velt Cam, actually. But he will spot out the Evil Eye in Piano. But Canuck is still above him, so we could wreak some havoc here, shooting some bullets just over him, just barely missing him. But with Nexty above there to kind of watch his back, these two roamers could deal some massive damage to the attackers here if they flank at the right time and they push together. Mo, though, all in Piano, all by himself, as the first track is going to come out. I believe that was onto Canuck from above, And, well, Mo's done his job. He's taken the bandit wires off the wall so that they can be breached. So one of the defenders from above will be tracked out, but Nexty is going to find the pick onto Mo, pushing down yellow and then back up, still trying to hold up top. Is, I believe that's the Nomad repelled on CEO Windows, and there's one top spiral as well. Is going to miss his shots though and spin upside down, and there's going to be no damage done at all in that engagement. Is Canucks looking to see if he can get a side angle on him, but isn't quite going to see it. That really should have been a nice easy pick from Stinger there to even out the odds here, but unfortunately a quick mispress on the C, causing him to do a little bit of a spin. Just disoriented him a little bit. Canuck, though, is going to punish Stinger for missing those shots and rotate around and find the pick from Visa and decide to rotate back up. Just going to still be holding upstairs for a later flank, as there is one back in servers trying to hold this push from Influenza, who does have Diffuser.
Yeah, and they're going to actually lose another player as Cody takes down Influenza. That's the Diffuser down in that hallway just outside of Archives and Garage. Coinman is going to run upstairs as Wobber takes down Canuck. And Coinman is going to opt to push down the stairs by Kitchen. Could potentially get a nice pick by White Van, but is going to opt to pick up the Diffuser by Locker's hallway. There is someone in Archives, though, as Nexty takes down Wobber. It's all up to Coinman, who is going to be taken down by Cody. Durham is going to win their first defensive win of the match tonight on this map.
Yeah, so map 1 went 7-3 in favor of Durham. Now we're on map 2, and it's 6-3 in favor of Worcester here. So if Worcester wins this round out, it's actually going to be quite the even match here with completely even round differentials. And, well, Durham, just without being able to find any luck holding top floor, is going to opt to go lobby or press room. Kind of an interesting pick. Picking the Goyo here, really good at denying without really having to peek too much. Being able to peek behind a shield to shoot it and blow it up. Can deny an area for a very long time, as well as just having the shields and the little tiny windows to play off of.
Yeah, and we just saw the scoreboard there pop up a second ago. We saw Stinger, Ryan, and Mo running 11 and 10 kills respectively for their team, and that's pretty strong numbers. Once you get into the double digits, that means not only are you doing good on the frags, but your teammates are doing really nice jobs of giving callouts, droning out, and using those cameras once they've died on defense. And it's really a team game here, as both of these teams are fighting for as many rounds as they can, getting that round differential up for them. And WPI is going for their first tie of the season, and that's going to be pretty big. They're one round away, and they have a potential here. They have a nice lineup coming out with the Nomad to prevent the runouts, and Influenzo running that Blackbeard to get some nice angles on that press lobby area through the windows.
They do have to be confident not to get they do have to be careful not to get overconfident here, because a lot of rounds have been won from teams getting too confident and peeking too much where they shouldn't have, or just being too aggressive. I believe the Cafe Garage wasn't because Durham was being too aggressive. I just think Worcester didn't drone out or take top floor as much as they should have, because the roamers there, Nexty and Canuck, Velk and Jaeger, being able to roam and come down onto the attack as they were already in basement and couldn't roam back out was just huge for them. So Worcester just kind of needs to slow it down, cut their angles off, and just kind of squeeze the defenders out here. So this is a tertiary site. This is definitely the site to do it and close this map out. They just have to do it smartly.
Yeah, and they're going to have Mo pinging someone towards admin office. Not anyone is going to be defending there, though, so they're going to maybe be trying to get some second floor map control. They are going to drone out some of the defenders, in bathroom. However, it looks like Nerdy and Canuck are kind of hanging upstairs just outside of admin and in meeting room, and that is going to help a lot once this comes to the plant/retake phase. Having those people second floor is going to be very helpful for Durham right here.
So with the overhead view there, we could see 3 defenders up top, Smoke in antechamber, and Maestro in bathroom, and 2 of the attacker drones on yellow stairs. I would be surprised if Worcester didn't try to go for just a hard piano take here from yellow, but no, they're going to opt to try to take admin and clear out that top floor of those roamers above, just due to the amount of vertical angles they have to play off of. That floor there is completely soft, so not only can the attackers break it and then play down, but the defenders can play down from above as well. So they're going to try to get them off. But in the meantime here, Stinger's going to find the first pick onto Angels, and Wob is going to push from long desk, find Jaeger, and Mo is going to find Canuck. And this is the push Worcester needs here. Very well coordinated, very careful, slowly pushing, methodically, droning out. Cody is going to take an answer from top yellow, though, and take Wab off the board. Rotate in bathroom, and luckily Mo knew the rotate was there, thankfully, due to good droning, is going to refrag Cody, and it's now down just to Pizza with the Alda in his hands. He does have the Evil Eyes at his disposal too, if need be, but he's going to need to stay on gun here if he has any chance. But Influenza on the Blackbeard, you can see the bullet right dead center of the shield. That would have been a headshot, but it's Blackbeard. He's got that fish shield, and that's going to be Worcester's first time this season.
Yeah, that's going to be, according to them, their first, well, according to the stats too, their first map win of the season. And, you know, WPI, if you're watching that, congratulations. You know, it's always nice to get some wins. Durham also did a very nice job. Both teams taking each other's map. Definitely interesting. Unfortunately, we're not going to have any post-game interview because this game did result in a tie. No team technically won. So, you know, no interview. But we did see some really nice games here tonight. And, you know, if you